And we are live. And today I have a wonderful and a beautiful lady with me, an Access Conscious certified facilitator. And thank you so much for being here, Cassie Summers. Hello.
Hi, Joy.
Hi. And today, actually, we are going to talk about one of the topics that was huge in my life, which is judgment. And like we named this life, like, did you spend the majority of your life learning how to judge? And can I ask you, Cassie, have you spent a lot of your life trying to learn how to judge?
Yes, yes, I did. But mostly it wasn't actually about judging others. It was learning how to judge myself correctly. Yeah, because
Hmm.
I think, and that could be my autism, my X-Men kind of capacities. I didn't like maybe have enough judgment. And so I was trained, I was like really taught how to like, no, you're not judging yourself appropriately. You got to judge this right about you and this wrong about you. And like really learning how to do that so that I could be normal. How about you? I want to hear yours.
Yeah, and I'm just actually like pondering like what you said because it's so it's so huge that like where we come to this world and we don't have any judgments, and then like we choose all of these things, and then people go like, oh, like this is wrong, like you shouldn't be choosing that or you shouldn't be doing that. And then we actually learn how to judge ourselves rightly, so people won't judge us anymore or we won't be wrong. And it was same for me. Like I was judging myself massively because I was so different, and in the time I had no idea how different I was.
Yeah.
And I was like still like probably like not like 2% of how different I am. And yet I was like so different, and I was looking at everybody around me and I was like, oh, like I'm wrong. And my whole life was based on like how, like with everything, like how wrong I am. And it was very tiring. Like I was just like so like tired, exhausted. I was very unhappy. Like I was not like laughing. I was like very cranky. And I was like, I get like that was like one of the major things that change in my life, like throughout using the tools of Access Consciousness. Now like it's 8 years, like I don't judge me. And it's it's just such an amazing gift to like not make yourself wrong, even if you choose something and it it didn't work, like, or it didn't turn out the way you would like it to be. Or like if somebody like says something to you, which is like, I was just reading like some comments that somebody made on an Instagram live that I did, and they were like, oh, like you're doing this a lot and it's annoying me. And if that was in the past, I would just go like, oh my gosh, like this person said this to me and I have to like change this and I'm wrong. And like I would go into this like all this internal havoc. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's awesome. I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was able to not align and agree with it, or I didn't have to resist and react to it. And actually, it didn't have any effect in my life. And it's like, for me, that's like one of the most amazing gifts.
Oh, I love that. And you know what's funny? Because I've known you for a while, but I've known you since you began using the access tools, right? So when you're
Yeah.
talking about this grumpy person, I'm like, what? Like I can't imagine you that way because you've always been this joyful light, you know?
Yeah.
And I could see like who are we when we're not entrenched? So you were entrenched in all this self-judgment, so you were being this person, and now I met you as like the being that you are, this joyful invitation, you know. So how many of
Mm.
us are kind of trapped in that entrenchment of judgment, whether it's judging ourselves, judging others, judging the world, and we don't even actually have a sense of like who are we beyond all that judgment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that what you said is brilliant, because like that was exactly what I thought, and I thought like all of those judgments was me. I was like, yeah, like this is me. Like I am upset. Like I am cranky. Like I am unhappy, and like there was like when people would laugh or like not be like serious, like then I would be like more serious. I would try to be right because because my main underlying point of view was I am wrong and I have to get it right, and that is a judgment. Like I have to get it right is a judgment, and because I had the point of view that if I can just get it right, then everything will work. But it didn't. Like, and I get like that's where I really start to ask like different questions, because I said what everybody told me. I did everything everybody told me to do, and I was in the medical school. I had all of these friends. I had a girlfriend. I had a house. Like for most of the people, like that's the target. And then I
Yeah.
had all of these like right judgments get like check, 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 and still I was unhappy. And I was like, okay, like there's like something different must be possible. And then like access consciousness came to my light, which is like we talk about, like judgment is actually not real and true, and it's not necessary to create your life.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's not necessary to create your life,
Hmm.
but so
Yeah.
many of us have bought it's vital to create our
Hmm.
lives. That's what,
Yeah.
and oh, I love that, Troy. It's the foundation class, which we can see this beautiful banner here, the foundation class, and this is where this topic came out of, is the foundation manual. It's a whole different universe of creating your life that this class
Hmm.
offers, you know? Yeah, beyond
Yeah.
judgment. I would love to hear like what so what has facilitating the foundation class, because you're a certified facilitator, so you facilitate this class.
Yes,
What is
as
that?
you.
Yeah. What is that on the judgment topic? What is that facilitating the class and receiving the class? What has that changed for you with judgment and self-judgment and judging others?
Hmm. Yeah, I would say it's a great question, and like I would love to learn for you afterwards as well. For me, I get like what it changed the most is it showed me like when I'm judging me, I cannot contribute to others.
Ooh,
Th-
yes.
That was like because there was like I had so, and it was like an unraveling, and it's still like it's an unravelment of, because like when I first like started the facilitating, or like I want to get out there, like I had like so much judgments about like if I'm going to contribute to other people, like I have to be perfect, I have to get it all
Mm,
like right, and like there was all of these like judgments that I had that was actually stopping me to contribute to people, just like getting out there and just go like, hey, like I'm not perfect, I am, there's so many areas in my life that I'm like it's still not like working as I would like to be, and yet like there's some areas that I want to change, and like here, like can I contribute to you, and and it just allowed me to like acknowledge that there won't be this space of like, oh, like I'm perfect. And that's why I'm like so grateful for Dr. Dane here, which is the co-creator of Access Consciousness, because he's still coming up like after 30 years, and he's not like, I got it all wonderful and perfect and I have all of this money and this fame. He's like, no, like still like in day-to-day life, like there is things that comes up, and of course like you have like so much more ease with it, but it's like, hey, like there's like still things come up, and I'm not perfect, and I am using these tools to get through them and change them. And he's like, even in his shit, he's like, hey, like I'm here, I'm happy to contribute to you. And like for me, that's like that was one of the biggest inspirations for me. I was like, oh, like yeah, like there's like somewhere out there that is not perfect, but still he was able to create a beautiful life, and he's like contributing to so many people. So it actually inspired me to choose something different. And what was it for you? I would love to learn that too, with judgment. What changed for you with the facilitating the tools of, or the foundation class?
Yeah. It was, for me, it was, I had to get out of my own way. Like, I knew to show up for this class, like whenever I step into like facilitator universe, it's like all of the judgments that isn't me, like all of this pretense gets out of the way. Like it get kicked out of the room essentially. And that's the only way I can facilitate. I can't facilitate from my mind, and like I can't facilitate from judgment. I just have never been able to. So it's been so wonderful, because when I feel like I'm really getting into like a judgment pool, I'm like, I'm going to schedule a class. I need to facilitate, because I'm like, this is the
Yeah.
fastest way for me to get out of this weird reality, is because I know the moment I show up for people and I step into that, it like burns away any of judgment. And then I like me more, because it's so awesome to contribute to people. Like, and it's so awesome to like be magic and see these tools like alter reality.
Yeah, yeah, and like how many of you out there like listening is same for you as well? Like when you are contributing to someone, that you just forget all of your problems.
Yeah.
And for me too, like that's one of the great things. Like when I am contributing, like all of these problems or all of these judgments that I thought that I had, like they like disappears, and it's I would say like it's actually one of the most effective ways for me to like get out of the judgment of me, to like get out there and contribute in whichever way that looks like. Sometimes it can be facilitating, sometimes it can be calling someone, and or any form and shape, like whatever that looks like, for everybody that's listening this now and in the futures. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And is there any? I would love to like finish with like, is there any tool?
Mm.
And you did get one like contribution. Is there anything else that you would love to like say to anybody that's actually like right now like have the point of view that there is something dynamically wrong with them, and they seem like not able to change it? Like, is there anything else that you would love to give to
Yeah.
them?
Oh, that's such a big beast of a topic. And I, because that
Mm,
was one of the things, like I would say I was a like master of self-hatred before Access. Like I hated myself.
mm,
I would wake up and be like, oh, I'm still here. Not like I have to endure it, but like the world has to endure me. Like I was like,
mm,
really? Like, so I would say like, and this is like, is this a tool? Just keep going. Like whatever tool is going to be your tool. Mine was, who does it belong to? But everyone has, and it's a mix of tools, right? So but just take like 3 more steps, like keep going and keep choosing, because your
yeah,
choice is going to get you out of wherever you're stuck. Just sitting in it is not going to get you out of it. Thinking about it, trying to perfect it, um, those self-help books that are really about making you more right, those are not going to help you. But if you go, okay, what choices can I make, and just keep going, you're going to get out of it. I know that you will, because I did, and I was the most depressed person I knew. So if I can do it, you can do it. And that would be my biggest tool, is just keep choosing and just keep going. What would yours be?
I I love that. I absolutely love that, and it is a massive tool, especially like when you are in that, if you are in that place of like you cannot like move on, just like going like, you know what, 2 more steps, and it
Yeah.
can like really change and shift so many things. And I get what I would love to. That's a great question. I would say actually like, yeah, I would say like being kind to you, like
Oh,
really
yeah.
like practicing that, because like I know like I'm like one of those person, and like I'm sure a lot of people that listening is the same, is like I would judge myself because I'm judging myself. I was like, I'm judging myself now. I shouldn't be judging myself. I have all of these tools and like all of this like mind, whatever that is, and like really just going like, hey, do you know what, like it's okay. Like if I'm judging myself, and like really like what kindness that you can be to you, and what if the biggest kindness that you can be to you is just going like, do you know what, just for today, I'm actually not going to judge me. I'm not gonna make myself wrong, and like choosing something that would be kind to you, like even if it's that going for a walk, or if it's preparing yourself a beautiful meal, or if you didn't get your bars run, or get your bars run, and like choosing something that really would be a kindness to you as a being and your body. And when I usually gift that myself, like it does start to shift and change energies that I personally thought it's not possible to change and shift. So
That's
how does it get
beautiful.
any better than this? And Cassie, do you have any foundation classes coming up
I
in?
actually don't. I'll probably be
Hey,
doing one in the new year, but you do. Let's hear about your
yes.
foundation class.
I do have a foundation class in Vancouver, Canada. It's going to be my first time coming in to Canada, which I'm very excited about. It's going to
Yeah.
be on September 11, 12, 13, and 14. So if you'd like to have more information, I'll pop in the link below. And now you know, Cassie, have one is coming up in, it's going to be like in January. Are you planning, or before the New Year's?
It'll be after the New Year's. Yeah,
Okay.
I like to
So
do
you can
one around
start the new
there.
year with a foundation
Exactly.
class. How cool that is.
Yeah.
So you can create a beautiful life for 2026.
Yeah.
So how does it get better than this? Thank you so much, Cassie, for being here with me and doing this live. I'm very grateful for you. And thanks so much, everybody that's watching this now and in the future. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.